Hi, it's Lucita Sorrowsong again, and today I'm going to talk to you about something a little important to me. I figured I'd start off my channel really with this one outside the tutorial. Because people have often asked me why I'm a woman in Second Life and what the difference between that and catfishing and some other problems, of Second Life as far as expressing yourself and being creative. Now, I'm on the Second Life website right now at secondlife.com. And it says all the cool things you can do. Become a creator. Express yourself and create anything you can imagine. It says join free. Have an adventure. Discover incredible experiences, fascinating people, and vibrant communities in this vast virtual world. Start a business and earn real profits from the virtual world. See, entertainment, creativity, social real estate, education, business. You can make things and do things just like you would in the real world. And it even has a video where you can, the Drax Files World Makers video series. So you can meet real people who do stuff in Second Life and everything, and then popular destinations. Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over some of that and prove to you that Second Life is more than just who you are behind the screen. So the cool thing about Second Life is that you can be just about anything you want to be, like furries, for instance. This is a furry, and see, it's got, it's definitely not a human being and not realistic. Then you can go crazy, like these. These are outlandishly crazy. Like, you can go just all out, like this guy here. But it's not all about ugly and crazy. You can be anything. For instance, be an exotic beauty like this one. Look how beautiful these avatars are and can be. With mesh, everything's possible like this one. You're like, whoa, check that out. She is gorgeous. And this one. You can be and look like anything you want. You don't have to look like you do in the real world. And it's not only girls. Look at this guy. Look how ripped he is with all these tattoos and everything. And some guys, they'll go about catfishing with girls, and then look at these guys. You know they don't look like this in real life. Almost nobody looks like this in real life. So, it goes both ways. Now, I'm going to bring your attention to this article. It's on latimes.com. It's from a while back. So it's an older article from, October 3rd, 2018. But it's called Virtual World Provides a Real-Life Haven for the Disabled, and it's talking about Second Life. This guy is that's talking about how people are disabled in things and able to do things that are that they wouldn't be able to do in the real world in Second Life. So it has his story here, and I'm going to read you some important stuff and everything. It's like questions about disability are questions about the human experience, Borelstoff said. It is not a niche topic. Everyone will become disabled eventually in their life if they live long enough. So in 2008, he published a book called Coming of Age in Second Life, and then turned his focus to the disabled, who make up 40 to 60% of the game's population. I want to bring that up. And it's like, we often hear about the dark side of technology, Davis says, but I think that Tom and I have found that there is a bright side. People can connect in these virtual spaces in really important and meaningful ways. Second Life has become kind of a lifeline for me, allowing to socialize and interact with other people from the comfort and safety of my own home, Bouvier said over email. When I feel a panic attack coming on, I can teleport to my own little hideaway and listen to calming music, or log out if I want to unplug completely. It isn't that easy in real life. So this, I don't want to go into like a what do you think being male is a disability and blah blah blah. No, but I can tell you this. I've never actually been tested, but I have a lot of the symptoms of gender dysphoria. Now, I don't know if you know about transgenders. But transitioning is actually very expensive, sometimes painful, and is a journey. So next time you see a real transgender, show some compassion to them because I mean I know you may not agree with, oh well, it's just a dude in a dress or whatever, but they are going through a lot mentally and emotionally. And it's a really good idea to show them some compassion because you have no idea all the struggles and everything they have to go through with their hormonal therapy, with social aspects and everything, and then still get some rejection and some stuff like that. So, anyways, I have some symptoms of gender dysphoria. And I got to tell you, being a woman in Second Life is liberating. It is wonderful. It is an awesome feeling. Okay, so what is catfishing? Well, according to the Urban Dictionary, catfishing is the phenomenon of internet predators that fabricate online identities and entire social circles to trick people into emotional, romantic relationships over a long period of time. Possible motivations are revenge, loneliness, curiosity, boredom. The term catfishing was inspired by a 2010 documentary, Catfish. Gwen was worried that her online boyfriend was a phony after she saw a TV program about catfishing. It is a scam, hoax, victim catfishing. So, it's like catfishing, hiding who you really are to hook someone into an online relationship using Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, MySpace, or by cell phone. Right now, I'm participating in the Saturday sale. There's 50 Linden Fridays and Saturday sale. If you join their group and everything, you get this note card, and it has a list of sales and things where you can see pictures of really cute outfits and things like that. But it's not just for girls. Don't be thinking, oh, well, it's because women get all the fun stuff. Because, look, see, they have stuff for guys, too. So it's not just girls, it's guys, too. But just like in the real world, girls get a lot more clothing items and everything than the boys do. You look around me, though, look at some of these avatars. That's mostly what I'm bringing my attention to. Close this off. See, all these avatars and stuff, you know, probably just like me, they're not women in real life. Or, if they are, there's no way they look like they do. I mean, I'm sure Nikki Hart here is an amazing person. I don't know her, and I don't want to judge, but I guarantee you, she probably doesn't look like that. Nor does Naughty Kumaki. Jamie Destiny. You know, walk around the store and look at some of these avatars. Yeah, they're just everyday people, and they can be whoever they want to be. All different shapes, all different sizes. See, that one's even got a tail. Aya papaya. Vitara there just walked past. We're all looking at clothes and shopping and doing our thing. But I can tell you this right now. Nobody, well, practically, nobody looks like their avatars. These avatars are meant to be gorgeous. They're meant to be amazing because you can be whoever you want to be. And there are people that are all shapes and sizes too. I've seen large avatars and I've seen skinny mini avatars just like me. So it all depends on how you want to play Second Life. Because you don't have to look like me. You can be big if you're big in the real world and you want to be big in Second Life. You can be big too. You can change your appearance to be anything you want. But here's the difference. And I'm going to show you my profile real quick. So this is my profile. Everybody's got one if they're anybody. They've got a profile. It shows that I've been here 8 years and 10 months, so I'm almost 9 years old. Payment info used, blah, blah, blah. But what's important is, see, this is my picture. And it has an about. This is your Second Life tab. You go to the First Life tab, I wrote this years ago, but it says, I have recently changed this because I have decided that unless you get to know me, who is behind the keyboard is not anyone's business but my own. Don't start drama with me if you don't agree with how I play SL. Respect and you will be respected. Now I know that probably sounds generic and stupid, like, oh please, Lucita, that's so generic and stupid, but, whatever. I've also made this. This picture right here is a picture I took off the internet. And it says, number 1, are you a woman in real life? And I say, let's make one thing clear. SL is not RL, meaning SL is not real life. It is a virtual experience and a realistic MMO. What it is not is a business opportunity, dating service, etc. Just play the game and have fun. Stop trying to make it something it's not. Don't spray hate or discriminate. Just play the game. And then I said, picture is not me. Now, some people will disagree with this. They'll say, no, it's not a game. It is a business opportunity. You can run a business on here and blah, blah, blah. Yes, but most of the business owners that will tell you that's not very lucrative. In fact, there was a documentary made a few years ago that you can still find here on YouTube. It was called Life 2.0. And it was a documentary about people who run businesses and have dated each other. And hell, I met my girlfriend on SL, and we've been together for, well, 8 years. So I've met her on here, This is my tip about her. See? And, I met her on here. So, some people would say, oh, it is a business opportunity. It is dating. Well, you can run a business on SL if you're successful enough. You can meet the person of your dreams in SL, but the main focus of SL is just having fun and playing the game. It is first and foremost a game. And if you try to make it something that it's not, you start trying to do stuff that it's not really meant to do, well, it's just really going to cause problems for you. I also made this one. They do picture verification. Oh, we want to see a picture of you. You always hear the joke, oh, Pixar, it didn't happen, and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's a thing I made on purpose to show that you can fake pictures. I took a picture of this porn star, and this is a porn star. I took a picture of this porn star. Let me blow it up real quick where you can see it real big. This porn star. I don't know who she is, but she is holding a card in her hand. I took Photoshop, took the lined paper, wrote my name, and then photoshopped it to realistically look like it's part of this picture. I even added a shadow to the card where the shadows were. So it actually looks like this girl is holding a sign, holding an index card that says Lucita Sorrowsong with a little heart and everything. This is a completely faked picture. And I made this picture on purpose to prove to my friend that you can fake pictures whenever they want a photo verify. And I said, as you can tell by the pic, it is easy to fake who you are if you're into that. If someone has to have voice, pic, or video verification, they don't need to be in a video game. They need to get a real life before messing around in Second Life. And then I put hashtag GIRL, which stands for guy in real life, hashtag get a life, and hashtag do you want to date my avatar. Now, I promise you, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I'm really not. But I don't know how things have gotten in Second Life after the years that I have stopped playing, within the 6 years. But used to, there was. Anytime you wanted to be an escort or a stripper or anything like that, you would have to be voice verified. In fact, there's an article on the Second Life forums about that I'm going to read to you. This is from the SecondLife.com forums. It's rather old. This is from July 29th, 2014 by Telling225. And he said, I was unfriended by a guy I met on yesterday because I didn't want to voice chat with him. I told him I wasn't ready for that right away because we had only met the day before. I let him know I wasn't looking for relationships, only friendships anyhow. I am a real-life female, but I hate how pushy guys seem to be on here. And with the voice chatting, real-life ladies, do you voice chat with guys on here? I'm about 2 months old on SL, by the way. I like it so far, but I dislike how pushy some of these guys are. Sierra says, I do voice only if I wish to, so do not worry about him. I assume he was not worthy of being your friend. Just tell him the next one that you're actually a dog in real life. Turn on the mic and woof. Don't worry about the pushy ones. It's a natural selection process. He's just self-centered himself out of candidacy. No, I don't voice at all. Now, some people, they're talking about, voicing and stuff, but it goes on to say, a no is a no. If he cannot respect that, he's not worthy of your time. Another option is, of course, make fun out of him before you let him go. Step 1, make a voice verification of a couple of minutes. Step 2, have steaming no voice sex with him in world. Step 3, get voice morphing software. Step 4, call him on voice or Skype with a male voice and apologize for making him believe you're a woman. Tell him the first call you used a voice morphing application. This will confuse the hell out of him, and he might actually learn his lesson. That's actually pretty funny, but it can she's only joking. But that could actually get you in trouble. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video here, is to show you the difference between playing SL how you want to play and catfishing. So this one says, I do not use voice a lot in SL, but not to verify anything. When I was new, I was kind of seeing this guy who only liked to use his voice, and he was a builder, and it was easier for him to talk while working than type. My mic jack wound up messed up, and it was quite a while before I was able to fix it. In the meantime, he accused me of being a guy in real life, saying I probably got someone else to talk for me all the times before we'd spoken, LOL. We ended it, of course. Why in the world would you want to be with someone who obviously doesn't trust you in the slightest? Voice verifying doesn't verify anything. Amen to that, sister. Next, they'll want to cam to make sure, but cam doesn't verify anything either. So then they'll want a full hoo-ha shot to make sure that your lady bits are where they should be. If you're really worried someone is going to think you're a dude, make sure your shrubbery is trimmed neatly so they won't be left with any doubts. Seems legit, Matt Mole's board. Amen to that, sister. So, then the very next one, that's exactly how I feel too. Voice verifying doesn't verify anything. As you are hearing right now, I could feminize this voice. Now this voxel, that I'm using voxel, see, and my Lucita voice. Voxel is like $24, but you can get AVS Diamond, you can get Clownfish, you can get a fake voice, you can get a number of voice verifies. So I can even make my voice on Audacity to sound, totally like a girl. In fact, the other voice changer I had before this one was AVS Diamond. You could actually take a sample of somebody else's voice and morph your voice to sound similar or exactly like their voice. My voice, however, is based off of Britney Spears. So I'm not really softening it up, but say if I soften up my voice a little bit more and I talk a little bit like this, you see how, you get a little bit of bass in there, but see how I've totally changed it to where this is my total Lucita voice. This is how I talk on Second Life. And, outside of a little bit of the robot twang, the little zzz to the voice, it sounds a little electronic. You can't tell. You can't tell this is not a real woman talking to you. In fact, if you were to hear my sister talk, who is, by the way, a real woman, she sounds just like this, only without the metallic twang to the voice. Anyways, bygones. I was new at a club one time, not even open yet, visiting my friend, and was training to be a dancer. She means stripper. So, just to be clear. So to pass the time, I asked if I could use a pole. The owner said, no, not until we verify you. I said, how? Live webcam shot of my bleep? He said, no, we voice verified. I was so annoyed, I said, hold on a sec, I'll get my wife. You've never seen anyone kicked and banned from a club as fast as he did me. Happy face. See, and that's Billy Joe Aldrin. That's a girl. I am not female, but I do not voice chat either, nor do I expect others to speak over voice to me to prove who or what they are. I don't see why it would matter what gender someone would be in RL anyway, especially since no dating is involved. Exactly. He quoted this. And it said, women are pushy too. I have had multiple women try to get me to voice chat with them to the point of making accusations when I refused. I have a speech impediment in real life, and it is too wearisome, embarrassing to try to talk to people in real life, much less SL, where I have the option of typing. This goes back to what I said earlier in the video about how 30 to 50 to 60% of people are in SL are handicapped. This guy's handicapped. He has a speech impediment. You don't have to be in a wheelchair to be handicapped. Anything can be considered a handicap. He says, mind you, I'm not trying to nullify your words. Many men in SL are pushy and irritating. I just wanted to add your words, and that is all. So it says, well, welcome to SL. You're not going to get people, both and female, that will accuse you of being a male just because. I used to be one of those girls and had no problem miking or camming upon request. But like some other posters, it didn't matter how much you verify. Some people will call you a guy regardless. If you mic up, you're using a voice changer. If you have pics, they aren't really you. If you Skype, you're just using a recording. It's a little ridiculous, and there are a lot of psychos out there. I'll leave it at that. My advice is only to do what you're comfortable with, and know that it's pretty common with some people in SL. So it goes on and on and on. There's several pages of this, and I don't personally have a need to voice verify for anyone, regardless of the gender. However, I have used voice lots of times. I primarily use it with people I know, though. See? Most people, they don't care. And I will tell you just like I said before, the reason why they voice verify is because they want to make sure you're really a woman. Here's mine from 2014. I play a woman on SL because I have GID, and it is my chance to explore what it's like to be a woman, even if it is virtual. I use a voice changer to completely feminize my voice. I actually only have to change the pitch by about 2 octaves because I have a high feminine voice anyways, which is true. I used to DJ and people loved my voice, which is true, even though it was slightly enhanced. And I made a ton of friends. It is on my profile that I am not a woman in real life, and yet there are still some people, men mostly, who had a problem with me being a guy in real life. One guy was giving me grief at a club and trying to embarrass me, and I told him, who cares? It's a video game. To which the dope replied, this is for real. I said, if this is for real, then why am I looking at a pixel avatar in third-person view, surrounded by vampires, Nico, and furry on a Star Wars-like space station? Another time, I was trying to be in an adult magazine in SL, and they wanted to voice verify me. I was like, you're just taking nude photos of my avatar and don't actually speak to anyone, so why do I need to be a real woman for this? The manager was understanding, but her male partner was not, and he tried to give me the old, some guys don't care, but some guys do. We make sure they all know our models are women in real life. I told him, oh, so because there are some low self-esteem, pseudo-homophobic loser can't go out with the real world and get a real woman, he has to try and be a stud muffin in a video game and can't handle how I play SL? I have to be discriminated against? Good news, as I was featured in the magazine. I once took my male alt to a female-only club, was ejected and banned faster than the speed of light, and received numerous IMs from several females needing to vent their hatred for all of mankind. It was an amazing experience that I could not have had in real life. At the time, I wondered how many of those female avatars who scathed at my male avatar were really women in real life. It didn't matter. We are all in role play. SL is an amazing place. Now, I'll probably run into some problems about this, and I apologize if this, gets to you or whatever. There's going to be some pixel boobies. And that is the point. It's actually part of the point. This right here that I'm wearing is Playmates magazine. Now, this is from June 2011, back when I was in Playmates magazine. It is kind of like SL Playboy. Now, I don't know if it's still around. It might be. I don't know. I haven't looked them up. But this was back when, 2011. As you can tell by the cover, it is an adult magazine. It is it's Second Life Playboy. So let's open it up. Now it's got advertisements, just the same as any other magazine. It's got, see the people, got interviews and everything. But I want you to notice these pictures. Every picture in this book, including the guys, these are all avatars. See? There is not one real life person picture in this magazine. It is strictly for SL. It is strictly Second Life and Second Life avatars. There's a centerfold, Skylar Solano, who, by the way, was a friend of mine. So, okay, let's close this. Because, yeah, that's enough nudity, but you get the idea. Here's the problem with that. When I first applied to be a Playmates bunny, I had to be voice verified. I had to be voice verified to be in the magazine. My question is, why? Why did I need to be voice verified to be in a magazine? And I even told the girl that was interviewing me. Of course, you can hear my voice here, and it's been feminized, so I sound like a woman to get more in character and everything. But I said, okay, I'll voice verify, and I let her hear this voice. And she goes, oh, wow, I really like your voice. And I said, well, thank you. I said, however, did you read my profile? And she said, I can. I said, go ahead and read it. I said, pay special attention to the First Life tab. So she did. She opened up my profile, and she looked at the First Life tab, and she read it. And she said, wait. So you're not a woman in real life? And I said, no, ma'am. I am a guy in real life. I am a woman, however, in Second Life, and I'm exploring what it would be like to be a woman and exploring my lifestyle as a woman through Second Life. She paused for a second, and she says, well, I don't know. I'll have to talk to the managers about this and see if it would be okay for you to be in the magazine. And I said, well, I have a very important question. I said, I want you to really hear me out. And I talked to the manager, and I told her the same thing. And it was a woman that was in charge of the magazine at the time. And I said, I'm not trying to be petty or whatever. If you say no, then that'll be that, and I'll walk away. That's fine. I said, but I have a question. I said, and I want you to really consider it and really consider my words. And she said, all right. And I said, in this magazine, do you take any nude photos of any of the users? Do you take any pictures of real people? Are you going to take nude photos of me? Or are you going to take nude photos of Lucita Sorrowsong? I said, if you posed for this magazine, or, Purple, that was the name of the girl that was interviewing me. I said, if you take any pictures of yourself, or you take any pictures of Purple, are you taking any nude photos of yourself? Are you taking pictures of these avatars? And she says, oh, it's all in SL, it's all avatars. And I said, exactly. I said, who I am on the other side of the keyboard should not matter. Why should I have to be a real woman to be in this magazine if you're not taking pictures of a real woman? And it really stumped them. They had to think about that for a second. They were like, hey, you know what? You're right. You know what? We're going to bypass that. In fact, the manager said, the old manager had that voice verification rule, and I never understood it. And I said, well, I understand it. And I said, and I'll tell you why he had that rule, and it's nothing to be totally judgmental against him or anybody else who does it. What it is they want to make sure you're a real girl so they don't feel like they're gay or whatever. Oh, my God, your avatar is so hot. Oh, well, sorry to tell you, I'm a guy in real life. Oh my God. And then they get all pissed off at you. What are you, gay? What are you, how dare you try to catfish me? And blah, dude, I'm not catfishing you. I admitted that I was a girl. It says in my profile that I'm a guy. What, did you not read my profile? And I'll tell you, I even had some problems being in the magazine. She allowed me to be in the magazine, and I took some really cool photographs, which I can't show you because, well, they're nude. And they're all of my avatar. They're all of this girl you're looking at right here. They're not real life pictures of me. Yet I had to be voice verified. And even then, with the first magazine I showed up in, I was in the running to be the centerfold. And people actually IM'd her and sent her messages saying that copied and pasted my first life tab on my profile. And they said, I don't think that's right. One girl even got like irate about it. She says, how dare you let this guy pretending to be a girl be in this magazine? That's unfair, and blah, blah, blah. So one time we had a meeting, and I said, all right, and I got up to leave for some reason. She goes, oh, wait, wait, wait. Before we end this meeting, I got something to say. She goes, Lucita, come here for a second. And she stood me up in front of people, and she said, I want you all to meet Lucita Sorrowsong. She goes, some of you have already met her. Some of you are, this is the first time meeting her. But I want to make something very, very clear. Lucita is a very special woman. If you all know who she is, you know what I mean by that. And there was a few like, yeah, in the audience. And she said, I want to make it very clear that when we take pictures in this magazine, you are who you are in Second Life. It doesn't matter who you are on the other side of the keyboard. And I've been getting a lot of complaints about how we allowed her to be in the magazine. As you can see, this avatar is completely female. And it's stupid to voice verify and to make sure that you're a real female just because you're doing female stuff. And she had a very good point, and she saw my point with that. Now, I don't know if the magazine is still around. I don't know if they still voice verify. But I got to tell you this. If anybody, if you play a woman, or if you're a woman that's playing a man in Second Life, and somebody asks you to cam verify, photo verify, or voice verify, you tell them, hey, look, buddy, I'm not interested in anything in real life. I just want to do this in Second Life. And if they're not mature enough or whatever to let you be whoever you want to be in Second Life, well, that's their problem, not yours. Okay, now I'm going to take off my witch hat. So long story short is this. Play whatever you want to play and do whatever you do in Second Life. And as long as you don't have any ulterior motives, then don't worry about it. And as far as voice verifying, yeah, they're not really talking to who they think they're talking to anyway. So it's a game. So that's all from me this time. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.